This is not attachment. This is a help party. Represent, represent. Represent, represent. Represent, represent. That's right. Represent, represent. Represent, represent. Represent, represent. Check us out and you see how we represent for my fam in my hometown. Where we at demolition, how we get down. Every time you hear the sound, you getting shook down. Shut down, check us out and you see how we represent for my fam in my hometown. Where we at Brooklyn, how we get down. Every time you hear the sound, you getting shook down. Shut down. Verbal combats, decapitate your head with one twist. Loyal to rap, flip the combat mode. Explosive, remain on demolition landmine. Few MCs crossing, career became fragile. Temporary procedure, violating Rojo. I'm capable of pulling out the rod to defeat ya. Reach for the stars, my boomerang will have you running till the day is gone. Back to Brooklyn to write a daily song. Collection played out, donate to lower level charities. Reducing cavities, enlighten people personality. With strategy to accommodate your features. Heated to expose the abnormal, flame that gave breaches. Total destruction, it's uncivilized to criticize an opponent who will leave you by the riverside. Disturbing the peace, involved with bachelors. With chemistry to demolish these dickhead ambassadors. What you check us out and you see how we represent for my fam in my hometown. Where we at space, how we get down. Every time you hear the sound, you getting shook down. Shut down, check us out and you see how we represent for my fam in my hometown. Where we at Flatbush, how we get down. Every time you hear the sound, you getting shook down. Shut down. Represent, represent.
Represent lyrically, facilities get sprayed like pepper spray. Brooklyn is where I live, Boston is where I came. Created a combination of modern day renegade, decomposing MCs to the last breath of death decay. Nigga death to chase, rest in peace is a race. Leaving evidence like children on episodes without a trace. I'm on a Schwarzenegger, terminate till our tongues relate. Sick of being tired, blow drunk, burning late. On the ground, barely surviving. Start ducking James, packing tons of haze. White tees and bootlegs, selling CDs 2 for 5, passing cars and trains. I'm a hustler, baby, plus I got boss the flame, point flame, blow drove. Extracts marijuana over 1 million stone. Demolition the squad, GTM backyard. Double on DMA pulling over
south and you see how we represent for my fam in my hometown. Where we at demolition, how we get down. Every time you hear the sound, you getting shook down. Shut down, check us out and you see how we represent for my fam in my hometown. Where we at Brooklyn, how we get down. Every time you hear the sound, you getting shook down. Shut down.
Demolition.
Represent, represent. 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 Represent, represent.
Boston, stand up. Atrevida.
Para los que no me conocen y para los que me conocen, I'm Rude Girl, aka La Atrevida, bringing you this story about the Reggaeton, the Spanish Reggae, Reggae Español. Who started the Reggaeton? Who started it? The truth. No kind of sugar-coated thing, no, none of that. The realness of who started Reggaeton. This is how it all started. It started when the French went to build the canal. They started building the canal and they couldn't handle it. Too many people were dying with the yellow fever and stuff. So what they did, they turned it over to the Americans. Okay? When the Americans went, what they do, they're smart. They say, you know what? Let's recruit some black people. So they went in the West Indies and they got the Jamaicans, they got the Bajans, Trinidadians, and they took them down to build the canal. Now, with that migration of the West Indians in Panama, what happened then is they decided to settle after it was built and they lived there. So the kids came up and learned Spanish and they into this fever of the reggae, calypso and stuff like that. So what they started to do is to let the other people understand, the Spanish speaking people in Panama, what they started to do was translate the music in Spanish. At first that's how it started, translating the music in Spanish with the same beat to let them understand what they were saying.
Yo vengo a acabar y nadie puede pararme. Señores, yo vengo a destruir y no pueden controlarme. Señores, vengo a acabar y a destruir. Y los cantantes van a morir, quiero que vengan a buscarme a mí. Tengo mi pregón y mi cañones.
At first that's how it started, translating the music in Spanish with the same beat to let them understand what they were saying. But the man that started that for the reggae was Reggae Sam, okay? Because when everybody was on the soul thing, like Calito Soul, that he did the Spanish rap in Colón, he started that Spanish rap thing in Panama, in Colón, no problem with that. But when it came to the reggae, it was Reggae Sam.
Quien empezó el reggae y reggae hasta quedar regado, tú sabes, estás cansado de escuchar lo mismo. El reggae yo empiezo a hacerlo alrededor de 1977, 8, 9, pero de barrio. Eso solo se escuchaba en lo que era Gamboa, Pedro Miguel, Paraíso, Colón, Río Abajo, que era cuna de eso porque teníamos muchas presentaciones. You know when they put in like Colón against Paris and against Panama, it was a lovely thing to see. So they was those times it was dancing, break dance, dancing electric funk, electric this, electric that, till you get shocked. You know, it was a dancing. So I used to listen a lot of reggae, and that time I was listening to one of these guys' songs. His name is Lone Ranger. Lone Ranger, real name is Carlton Livingston. And he used to sing this song by the name of Barnabas Collins. We get the idea to know probably who you heard first on a record is who you think was singing a long time. Because I can say then you hear Renato, good friend of mine in the reggae, he was singing. I could mention Calito Soul, but that was the American style, the rapping, the beat and the rapping beat. They used to sing, I said the hip hop, you know. But my thing was reggae for that time, and I was getting pure inspiration. I didn't have exactly my own words for those times because I was just getting to probably get the instrument on the side of the record and put it on the other side, which was the rhythm, just the rhythm. So I was singing the rhythm by myself till I learned it, and then I tried to improvise. I was good improvising. I could just improvise just like that, and it was pretty good. Now the reggae get into a big business, and being it's a big business, is a dirty business too, because now you're not seeing the lyrics that the guys are singing, because the promoter, no matter what, him know his bills, so I'm just gonna accept it, and probably they don't even, in that part, they don't even say, well, whatever is his opinion, it could be good, but right now, we running things, so it's a way to see it, you know, it's a way to see it, but I hope them don't mash up the reggae, because the way I love it is the way them spoil it. Boy, I love the reggae like how I love my granny Sunday dinner, boy, you understand? So, it could never go wrong, you know, but that's the issue. I could even record, you know, like friends of mine at that time, I could say Renato, he was dancing, the electric stuff. The side of Colón, I could mention this guy, Bill. I'm just hitting out some names, but that was Colón section. My section was also myself, Sam the Reggae Man. The next guy, a friend of mine, Wassa Banga, you know. Renato. They didn't have too much. They didn't want, you could count, you're even going to reach 10 to 5 fingers counting the reggae. Till time come, then you start to count Nando Boom, Chicho Man, Coco Man, Gavi, and that the flow started. But back in that time, it was just reggae. It was just reggae. and it was a type of music that the rhythm was totally different. It wasn't the kind, and you used to just distribute the reggae in a different way. You call it, now you can call it hardcore, you know. For those times you call it reggae dancehall, and you could talk about the singer. The singer, you know, is a singer that call into Bob Marley, you know, one of the singer them, and one of the dancehall business, one of the singer them, you know, you could mention the kind of, you could compare the roots culture of singers like Bob Marley, Peter Tosh, Bonnie Wailer, Gregory Isaac, Dennis Brown, Black Oro, Steel Pulse, why am I keep going, we would never finish the list. That's, and then you could call the next dancehall them singer them like Sanchez, Pinches, and you got Moon, Wayne Wonder. Is a different singing to those guys and from culture. Right. So then you got, as in Jamaica you call the DJ. In Panama, the DJ for us is a guy who play the music. But in Jamaica, the DJ is the guy who rap. The selector now is a guy who select the music. And that's one thing I try to correct home, but it's hard for them to understand sometimes, you know. But anyway, this one is a selector, and the DJ who's a DJ who going to DJ for the people in the night. And he have a job. An artist is a guy that going to sing. And a DJ is not an artist that going to sing. A DJ is an entertainer. In a time I could see like Puerto Ricans, as I say, blessing to that, respect the reggae cause it's huge. And they've been asking me like, what's up with the Panamanian them with the reggae? You see the way I have you all here around me to ask me question that people never answer. But I have the wisest thing to make you guys know. You will ask me like, you know, why the Puerto Rican is huge and more busted into reggae than the Panamanian. Yo, simple answer that. The reason why, they don't need a visa to come in and out. We have to fight to get a visa. And whenever you don't get it or you get it, you gotta fight for your fear to come and disappear or you will never appear. You understand? That's one of the points they say, but no, but if you think about it, Puerto Rican go home and they come in and out as they please. We cannot do that. When we go Panama, we have to, it's a hustle and a bustle to get a visa to say, yo, we are going America to try something into the reggae fever, into the reggae field. But that's one of the issue. And the other thing is that they control it in the best way too. Radio station, TV, and best of all, unification, unity. They stick together.
This is the guy that is the first one to start the Spanish reggae. He was not recorded as the first one, but he's who started it.
I hear certain people over the TV saying you lie. I didn't know that. Well, it's me.
Reggae Sam.
It's me.
And let me put you in time too. Reggae in Spanish have 26 years, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
26 years that we start this stuff, and I think we reach far. I don't knock in the Puerto Rican for one reason. They are opening a lot of doors, and it just for us to take advantage of that.
Well, let me just put it that way. 26 years, listen out. But it have 30 fraction minutes to 40. You see, that reggae being busted right in the community.
Because when everybody was on the soul thing, imitating the Temptations, the Floaters, and stuff like that, he was on the reggae tip. He was into Bob Marley, he was into Yellow Man. They put the music in English, they make a tape, you order your 60 minute, you order your 90 minute. I remember very well, it was like the TDK, the Maxwell cassette. So people used to put in their 60-minute order, you pay $1. If you want 90 minute, you pay $2. Simple as that. So what they used to do now is mix the reggae, and then with the instrumental, the guy would come and chat in Spanish, and that's how they started doing it. They used to sell it to the buses, because you know in Panama, those that know about Panama, the buses have the best sound system. You know what I mean? People like music like that. So they started selling it to the buses for $1. Then people started getting into it and liking it. So the fever started going around. Everybody started feeling that music. Producers like Carl Miller up here. When General came up here, we have General and Nando Boom that came here to Brooklyn, and they started the fever here. What happened is BP Records was doing El General, and Superpower was doing Nando Boom. first two started. They started in the Bilma Ballroom when they made this big dance. They hired Super Cat, they hired Nicodemus. It was a whole heap of reggae artists they hired and they put General. Now, they didn't have a female doing it yet. So what they did, he remember me that I was chatting on the mic and fooling around, but I just used to do it dancehall style and the, like, you know, the sound systems.
It's time to get tiring. You want me born? Say from the day, put it in a seminar, feel it yet. Whoa, is it? You want me born? Say from the day, put it in a seminar, feel it yet. Whoa, a seminar, feel it yet. Cause them a holla for the pudding and them can't manage it. Whoa, I say can't manage it. Say from the day, put it in a seminar, feel it yet. I said me nah feel it, cause in my holla for the pony and him can't manage it. You want go? So man a ha, 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 holla, them holla for the pony and they just...
Carl Miller from BP Records started recording a lot of different Panamanians. And he had one Hondureño, which is Victor Azu. He had a girl from Honduras, which was La Diva. She was singing. They picked up Lisa M, which she was, her style was like more rap. They had Marconi from Guatemala. They tried to do a blend of most of the artists from Central America that had that fever that was going on. And along with that, they put the reggae artists on it to give respect where reggae is coming from.
It's a rhythm called the drum and the bass, and this is a thing that coming from far away. It's before you and before me.
Reggae, out of one beat, many sounds. It's an aggressive rhythm. When you hear it, it doesn't let you go and you like it. You like how it moves you, and you really like how it moves other people.
The rhythm tracks, part of it is coming from Jamaica, but what they try to do, they try to cross over with the beat, the hip-hop beat. It's like a mixed emotion. You get to listen. One side is like over here and the next side is over here, but everything is mixed in. So you get a quality of different things.
Yo soy Ernesto Escalón encima de la loma, autor de canciones como Axe Ponque, ya se nota que me quiere, si no me importa que tu man dice, lo que dice, sabes que te tengo que tener, Choco. Sexy Body de Sasha, en español junto a Ivy Queen, coautor de canciones como ¡Ay, qué bueno! Está este reggaeton, estamos gozando. Lo que yo me recuerdo fue como en el 87, la primera plena que yo oí de reggaetón de Renato, que fue Boy Blue, una canción de reggae que hizo en español. Después oí el tema La chica de los ojos café, un tema original. Lo que me inspiraron fueron, esa era la generación del 89, era Nessie los Sensacionales y Chichomán, pero Nessie los Sensacionales fueron los que me inspiraron a mí, que empecé a escribir.
Y todo el mundo se va a ir a la Habana, pero tú dices, se pueden ir a gozar a todos los países. Pero mira, ya conoces a la Menta Mili y quiere que yo te lleve. Pero ya conoces a Reggaeton Regando y quiere que yo te lleve.
Fueron los que me inspiraron a mí, que empecé a escribir, mi primer tema, tú sabes, de Sánchez. Cupid, manda tu aro recto al corazón de mi querido amor para mí. Well, Totines, wiki Totines, blog.
¿Con qué artista te gustaría trabajar ahora?
Yo, con Rookie,
¿Te gustaría trabajar?
Sí.
¿Tú fuiste al show cuando vino?
¡Coño!
¿Tú fuiste al show cuando vino la vez pasada?
Sí, yo fui para allá y yo, más le mete, loco, más le mete.
¿Qué canción te acuerdas del Rookie? ¿Qué canción del Rookie tú conoces de memoria?
No, te voy a decir la verdad. Te voy a decir la verdad. No he oído su música mucho. Como alguien tiene su CD y estamos en el carro y yo lo he oído. Pero lo que me recuerdo, es una que su buey le llamó y le dijo que él le dijo a su buey, yo tenía que matar a un buey y vaina, y el man le puso el ritmo y empezó a cantar. Eso estaba heavy,
¿De dónde tú eres? ¿Cuál es tu nombre? Yo soy del Bronx, me llamo Triga. ¿De dónde tú eres? Soy dominicano. Dominicano. ¿Cuál es tu artista favorito cuando se trata de reggae? El reggae, el Rookie. ¿De dónde él viene? De Panamá. ¿Cuál es tu canción preferida de él? Y ya empezaste a correr, porque voy detrás de ti como un mismo tigre. Paca, paca, tienes dos en el pie. Y ya me estoy riendo de lo que voy a hacer. A ese callejón no te debiste meter. ¿Dónde queda? Detrás de la Galén. Por más que abría mis ojos no te podía ver. Por el fuego de una rafa fue que te encontré. Ya te vi, me dices perdóname. Yo no quiero eso. Tú sabes por qué, mírate como presa a un cazador y por eso te voy a dar en el face con mi voz y paca, paca, paca.
Yo, what's up? DJ Reflex en la casa aquí, representing Sandunga Music directamente de Nueva York, Bushwick, Brooklyn, you know what I'm saying? Number one, Reggaeton representando aquí, DJ, producer, got it all in one, right here. Shaggy. In about, I would say 95. I was introduced to Reggaeton, and that was by a friend of mine that came from Puerto Rico, and at that time the movement was Playero at the time, so that's all that really was going on in Puerto Rico. And he introduced it to me, and I was like, hey, in the beginning I didn't like it, and I was like, that's whack. They all sound the same, all the beats, them bow running like crazy, and they just sampling. It sounded crazy. But then in '96, at that time, a friend of mine, a real good friend of mine, DJ Tony Touch, at the time I was working with him, he did a reggaeton CD, and it's called Wataúba. Now, Wataúba, when that was released, and Tony Touch did it along with Nico Canada, that just changed my whole perspective on it, just because he did it with a New York style and it sounded better than what I was used to hearing. And from right there in that point, I was like, this is what I want to do, reggaeton. When I heard reggaeton was from El General, when he did Dembow and Muévelo, Muévelo and all those songs, when he was hitting hard, but at that time it wasn't called reggaeton, and I didn't know what to call it. It was just dancehall to me, and he was just doing what was in English, he was doing it in Spanish. That's what I thought of it. But it started a whole movement. Got Willie Negron in the house too. You know what I mean? We're all here.
Hola mi gente.
Dile a la gente quién tú eres.
Hola, mi nombre es Willy Negrón, soy de Ponce, Puerto Rico y me siento bien orgulloso de ser latino. La canción nueva que grabamos. Es una noche larga y oscura, te quiero devorar y hacerte travesura. Vamos al mambo, mami, tengo la cura. Tú me besas, yo te toco y comenzamos. Tu cuerpo rozando con el mío. Si tú te sueltas, mamita, yo te pillo. Esta noche gata de terror. Tú y yo envueltos a ritmo de reggaetón. Willy Negrón, mi novela coming soon.
I'm from Panama, you from?
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico, your real name is?
Yeah.
Tu nombre
Yo,
artístico.
Quilate. Ok, la primera vez que yo comencé a oír el reggaetón fue traído por mí como un discípulo de Puerto Rico. Yo estaba en Puerto Rico.